أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Money won't save you. So, what I mean by money won't save you, this goes for men and women. I don't care how much money you're making, how much you think you need to have a family, to start a wife, to get a wife, to have kids. It's never going to be enough. You need to just do it. You need to just start having kids. You need to just start having a family. If you're struggling at first, that's it. That's what life is. It's not always perfect. It's not always going to be planned out. I don't know how many people out there are truly able to fully take care of everything at all times with their child. I don't know. Maybe there are some people who are in their 30s or 40s that can have a kid and take care of them for everything. Those are older men. Maybe go find those men. Maybe you could take care of that. But as a younger man, and you have that mindset of I want multiple kids, you need to start now, because sooner or later you're not going to be able to have kids. Why? Because you're going to be priced out fully. There's not going to be any option. No women, no kids. You need to do it now. Why? Because when you're young, you'll have the energy to go and figure out how to go and have more money, more responsibility, more opportunities for you to have the energy to take on all these tasks. When you're older, you will not have that same amount of energy, that same amount of vigor to go and figure all this stuff out. Me at 23, I have multiple wives, I have multiple kids. Why? Because I know I have the energy to go and have these wives, go and have these kids, take on these responsibilities. If I was older, I'd be losing my mind right now with all these responsibilities at an older age, maybe let's say 35, 40. You're over here, oh my goodness, I gotta go be intimate with this woman. I gotta go be financial with this woman. I gotta go be emotional with this woman. At the age of 35, 36, you already been through a whole bunch of life. You already figured out a lot of stuff, so you're already exhausted most of the time. But there's two of the major things that I've already taken care of. One, I'm physically in shape. Boom. Intimacy and all that with your wife is going to be easy. Secondly, emotionally, I'm there. Boom. I can figure things out. Don't get emotional. Be patient. All this great stuff. These things you can figure out easily at a younger age. And when you get to an older age and you're starting to have kids and you're having your families fully built up, maybe 5 kids, each wife, all this stuff, then you've already taken care of a baseline. So then your kids can see, oh, I can have kids at an earlier age as well. But the thing that when you're young is the financial stability is still trying to be getting taken care of. But that's okay. Why? Because you have the energy to go and figure out more opportunities. This is the best time for you to have kids when you're young. Do it, even though they're talking about it's going to cost $30,000 to have a kid, even though they're talking about it's going to cost $40,000 to have one child. If you need to, you're better off sending your wife to a different country and letting her have the baby there and then bringing them back, figuring that whole situation out. You need to be able to maneuver. You need to be able to think on your feet and think outside the box at 6. That's all there is to say about it. If you're going to want to have multiple wives and multiple kids, if you want to have any kids pretty much, or if you want to have more than 2 children, because in this life, it's going to be way cheaper to have 3 kids. And you send your wife away on a flight for $1,000, and then she has the baby for maybe $1,500, then comes back, that's another $1,000, or a round trip or whatever, has the hotel and all, not the hotel, but the hospital, pays for all the hospital. Maybe that's $5,000, maybe that's $4,000 in total, rather than $40,000, $30,000 that you're paying off for multiple years for one kid. How can you do that multiple times? You can't. And they know that. So if they know that, why are they doing that to you? It's a trap. They're trying to trap you into their society, so then you can't maneuver. And if you can't maneuver, then you'll be a slave. And once you're a slave, then they can truly trap you. They can trap your mind. They can trap your children's mind. They can trap your wife's mind to all hate you. And if you want that, then don't do anything and just let everything happen to you, or just don't have kids at all. And then you'll just suffer the depression of life, of not being able to bring in more life into this world. You need to want that for your wives. You need to want that for the women out there and for your brothers out there. You need to give them encouragement to have kids, have a wife, have a family. Don't be so thinking that life is against you. These people that are in charge now are against you. That's understood. But that doesn't mean you don't have the responsibility to think outside the box and maneuver. There are other countries in this world. The world is big. Even though you maybe only been to the U.S., a lot of Americans only stay in the U.S. for a long time of their life. Go and travel to the East, the Eastern Hemisphere. Your life will probably be a lot better. So try that out. Think outside the box. Women, money isn't everything. Why do I say that? You can have the best job, the best career, whatever. If you don't have kids, if you don't have 3 or 4 or 5 kids, or maybe 1 or 2, that's what you need, then you won't feel fulfilled as a woman. Either way, point blank period, you won't feel fulfilled. You'll feel as though, oh, something's missing. Oh, I missed out on something. If you don't get married at a younger age, there's talking about 47% of women by the 2030 will be single without children. Those are going to be the most depressed women out there. And guess who's going to be beside them? The most depressed men. So are they going to end up getting together? No, because nobody's going to want each other. They're all going to be disgusted by each other because of the information age of, okay, the guy is out there and that guy is out there, so I should just wait until that happens. But it's not going to happen. Unless you're going to look for somebody who's already married, which is more likely to happen because he's going to be willing to take on someone else because he already knows how to do it. He already has the financial capabilities. It's just obvious. But once you're stuck in that cycle of the 47% of women that are already single, who are you going to choose from? The 47% or the 80% of men that are single and lonely? Those numbers don't add up, right? So it's just going to lead to stagnation. If you're in a stagnant area of women and men, then you're not going to end up getting together either way, and you're both going to not have kids. So the money doesn't truly matter, right? It can't do anything for you. There's going to be a point in the few coming up years, money won't even come close to mattering because you won't have enough of it to make it matter. If you have only like saved, what can that really do for you? Unless you're trying to go maneuver somewhere else and go figure out a whole different situation for yourself, that will make a difference. But $100,000 in the US saved up is nothing. It's nothing. What can you really do? You have 1, 2 kids, bam, it's gone. Now you got to figure out the rest of their lives. You can't make these things happen with money. You have to be able to take risks, take initiative, go and look for opportunities where they haven't been before. Just be open to new ideas as a man, as a woman. Don't rely so much on the money. Start your life now while you can. Anybody who's telling you differently, if you only have $2,000, if you only have $1,000, $5,000, go and take a trip somewhere, figure out the life there at the place that you want to go, and figure out how to make that happen. All right. If you need encouragement, if you need backing, if you need someone to be in your corner on this journey of finding a wife, finding multiple wives, finding a husband that's already married, or finding your first husband, hit me up. Link in the description. All right, white.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم